Hey guys, AJ here. Thanks again for tuning in to this week's episode of the Kaisai webinar series. This week we'll be continuing with recruitment and discussing how to build a names list and the various drivers involved in that. So first up, we're going to discuss why build your names list. This whole idea of creating a list of names of guys that we can reach out to who are potential new recruits, this whole idea is based around the concept that you can't recruit who you don't know. We have to have met them, got their information from them at some point before we can begin recruiting them. Additionally, this can help provide leads for P&Ms all year round. 365 recruitment, if you have this list consistently building, you will consistently have fresh leads on potential new recruits. Also, at some point, every one of us brothers, we started as a name on one of these lists. And for our future brothers, that's the same thing for them. Every single one of our future recruits, future brothers will start as a name on this list. And lastly, it provides a centralized list for brothers to access and reference. If you guys are using Chapter Builder, anywhere that you have internet signal, you guys can access this list. Whether it's the mobile version, you can find a P&M's information and read all the notes that are on his profile as well. Next up, we will discuss what information to include on your names list. So again, at bare minimum, you need a name and a cell phone number, who you're contacting and how to contact them, bare minimum. Additional information, which I strongly encourage you guys to all keep track of as well, is potential new members' hometown, major, year in school, any interests they have, clubs they're involved in or clubs they're currently involved in, are they a legacy, who their point of contact is, and any notes from interactions. Again, on those notes, very important because those can allow you to tell a story on their Chapter Builder profile of when you first met them, first interacted with them, all the way to when they accepted their bid. And from those notes, again, tell that story of how they got there. The recruitment chairman, you can build and maintain these P&M profiles on Chapter Builder as well as anybody else who has access to Chapter Builder. You can access that on your phone, update profiles there or retrieve any necessary information. All right, so into drivers for the building your names list. The first one we're going to discuss is hometown friends and or friends of brothers. So with so many of us spending so much extra time in our hometowns, we're around many people that attend at the same high school as us and will be attending the same university as us next year. Maybe you're in the high school band with them and an incoming freshman who you played in the band with. Maybe you're on the wrestling team with them and an incoming freshman who's on the wrestling team with you. Maybe a friend of yours from high school has a younger brother who will be attending your university next year. All of these are perfect examples of potential new members that you can reach out to and build a connection with. And for this, I want you guys to remember back what you were like as an incoming freshman. You were really needing that connection with individuals at your new institution. You really wanted to be a part of a group of people. And imagine how much you would have appreciated someone like you reaching out to you as an incoming freshman. Put yourself in their shoes and try and think of what it's like from their point of view. And I think you guys will be very successful in reaching out to these incoming freshmen. Next one we're going to talk about is friends of brothers. More often than not, brothers in your alpha know of great guys who are not in Greek organizations that they have met, whether it's in the dorms, in a class, or any other point on campus. However, their name slips through the cracks. They never bring them up at a meeting, or they just forget who they are. To help combat this, we have a mind jogger exercise where the link is in the description. And for this, you're just going to want to get a large number of brothers, everybody on a Zoom call, and run them through these mind joggers. It'll help you think of, who do you consider to be a leader on your dorm floor? Who do you consider to be a gentleman in your chemistry class? And a bunch of different mind jogger exercises to help you think of these guys that you already know but haven't been recruiting yet. Again, the link to that is in the description. Next up, we are going to talk about alumni referrals. So we've already talked about how helpful alumni can be in the entire recruitment process. And right now, we're specifically going to talk about the referral form. By using an alumni referral form, which I'll reference back to the Chapter Builder video, there's directions in there on how to put one together. By using this form, you can create a central location for all alumni to enter in their recommendations. This could be legacy information or a friend whose children are attending your university. Whatever that P&M or whoever that is, good way of getting those recommendations is through that alumni referral form, which I would, again, distribute through email, Facebook pages, other social media pages, or wherever you think you're going to get a large audience of alumni. Next one we're going to talk about is the school recruitment list. This has to do with formal recruitment. Again, just a tool of recruitment, not something we expect you guys to rely on. But when it is formal recruitment, your university's Greek Life office will release a list of all of those sign up for formal recruitment. In order to get this list, you may have to reach out to your FSL or Greek Life office for more information. But overall, they'll be the ones that'll tell you what you need to do to get the list and overall give it to you. I would also recommend reaching out to your Greek Life office to check in with summer rules. Caution here, because some schools have rules about contacting P&Ms over the summer, so make sure you're abiding by all Greek Life, FSL policy, and/or rules. Next one we're going to talk about is the transfer list. More often than not, your university compiles a list of all students who transferred into your school. This list can often be obtained by going to your school administrative or registrar offices, and depending on your school, there may be a transfer office that you have to go to. It's really local based, so you may have to do some research and look into where you need to go to get that list, but it's a very valuable tool. That being because sophomores and juniors are ideal recruits as transfers because they're already academically stable. They've been through freshman years at another institution. They transferred into this institution for the academics, and they're looking for connections at this new school, looking for a group of people to connect with, and overall just looking for friends. So again, another excellent avenue for getting potential new members. Next up, and my personal favorite, is sorority serenades and referrals. In my opinion, this is the best driver for building your names list. That's because you're able to get in front of a large number of people who are already vouching for each one of the recommended P&M's character. You're having a sorority woman vouch for this guy's character, and more often than not, women are much better judge of men's character than we are. With them vouching for their character, you're getting a solid P&M and somebody who already has connections within that sorority, which will overall help you guys as a local chapter, local alpha, build relations with that sorority. Sorority presentations, although they are not an option over the summer, you can put together a sorority referral form very similar to how you put together an alumni referral form. This can be distributed to each of the sororities on campus, and you can overall start collecting those referrals. As for the fall, I would go ahead and schedule some sorority presentations. Get on their calendars, get ahead of it, because although we're still unsure what fall is going to look like, it's better to get ahead of the game, be on the calendars, and ready to roll when we get that green light. All right, guys, the next one we're going to talk about is other student organizations. By reaching out to other student organizations, particularly larger organizations on campus, you have the chance to reach out to students who are already involved leaders on campus. They're already taking up leadership positions, and they're already getting out there on campus. This also gives you a chance to recruit them and overall create a relationship with that other group and on campus. This can be helpful when stepping outside of the FSL community for identifying recruits. Tap into that untapped Greek life population, maybe a group of students who doesn't typically lean towards Greek life, and overall build a much more diverse list of names. The last one I'm going to talk about is the university class Facebook pages. If your university creates Facebook or other social media pages for each class year, for example, incoming freshman class, the class 2014, you may be able to gain access to this page and begin researching the incoming freshmen and eventually pulling names of potential recruits. This is a great way for you to get a large number of names from this class page and begin reaching out, building connections, and building relationships with these guys over the summer. Another excellent way. All right, guys, so that is it for this video. Thank you for tuning in. One thing I want to emphasize is that this list is not exhaustive. By no means does this list include every possible way of adding a name to your names list. However, it is my hope that this will get you guys all started in the right direction. As always, please reach out with any questions or comments. My email is below, and I look forward from hearing from you guys. I'll see you guys in the next video.